y'all know me. When y'all come in the door, I be extra in the morning, right? I be extra because I be trying to break the ice. But there's other people that sit at the table and talk sideways to them kids as soon as they come in the door. You know what I mean? And we respect those both ways. With all the stuff that the kids got going on, coming in with 2 bags. Some kids ain't even eat last night, you know what I mean? Come to school and they late come to school and they hungry as all outdoors and they, you know what I mean? It's a whole lot of things that happen. But when we go back to respect and the household, I want to go back. I so bad want to go back because I said so. But I know we in a new generation now. You know what I mean? We have to. I don't want to say desensitize, but we gotta give them a little bit of rope. But like Cordell was saying, you know what I mean? It's your body language. Sometimes your body language. You know what I mean? I'm talking to, hey, you gotta get out the hallway. For what? What? And then 3 days later, I'm talking to the kid. Remember when I told you such and such? Yeah, but in that moment, I didn't feel like it. Again, patience and respect. It goes. Okay. So, anybody want to add? No. Going once. Going twice. All right. All right. So, let's go with number 3. Facing disagreements with authority. That's the same thing. All right. We're about to go a little bit deeper into it, though. Should a young adult argue face-to-face with an adult who is trying to give them direction? If you completely disagree with what they are saying, is there a different way to handle that disagreement if you want to be treated like a mature adult?
I don't think arguing face-to-face or yelling proves you're mature. It's okay to disagree, but there's a respectful way to do it. Ask questions, explain your point of view calmly, and be willing to listen even if you don't agree. Staying calm shows maturity than raising your voice.
For me, you shouldn't argue about like a situation that they're trying to give you direction, even though like you probably don't want to. But if you just listen, that's just showing that you listen, but you don't want to do it, but you're listening, so you know, like, maybe, dang, like, if he messed up, dang, I should have just took what he told me, just went back to it, but you can't go back. But you know what he's talking about, but they know what they're talking about. Well, I can give an example, pretty much. My dad, he was basically telling me, like, for college, you want to be having the money, you want to have money going up there, you want to have something while you're there, or you want to pay your tuition off, just go get the money. But I was telling him, like, I just graduated, I don't really want to do it, but like, I got a job, but like, he told me to get another one so I can have more money in my pockets, but I wasn't listening to that, but I listened, and now, like, yesterday, I had my tuition just went in. I was my financial aid that paid it off, but like, that was thanking for God for that one, but pretty much, it was thinking like, I was thinking back like, dang, I should have really got a second job, really I would have had more, I could have just paid it off immediately after that, but yeah.
It's okay to disagree with an adult, but arguing aggressively usually doesn't solve anything. A mature person listens first, asks respectful questions, and explain their side first without raising their voice or being disrespectful. Even if the adult makes the final decision, handling the disagreement calmly shows maturity and increases the chance that your opinion will be taken seriously.
I feel like a mature way of disagreeing without being disrespectful. You have to stay calm and explain yourself, and you also have to listen. But as they talking, you cannot let emotions take over.
So, we was in the school over the summer, and you know we gotta take everything out of the classroom. They gotta strip and wax the floors, put the stuff back in there. So it was a kid that he asked to come down and help. So I said, hey, you might not want to try to carry 3 chairs because they might get heavy. You want to scratch the floors up, you got to put them down and drag them. So you just carry 2 at a time. Don't overdo it. So the kid was like, what, you think I can't do this? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I do this all the time. You know what I mean? I'm trying to doubt me what I can do, what I can. So, you know, you got it. Don't worry about it. I'm not going back and forth with kids. I'm not, it's pointless. I'm gonna tell the kids, hey, go to class, get out of the hallway, boom. And then when it comes time for football season and you ain't got that 2.0, your stuff is dropped. You know what I mean? When you got all them lateness that add up, or when, hey, I failed this test. Because you keep going to the bathroom every 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, I keep telling you the same thing over and over. And they listen, but I don't think all the time it registers. And you know what I mean? And I think that's the part when they get frustrated. Because we don't, I'm gonna say we don't understand how to effectively communicate. I don't get this. Or be afraid to ask for help. And then it becomes a confrontation for no reason. And I believe it's for no reason at all, you know what I mean? So that's what I got off the disagreement and fussing and fighting, because a lot of, even in the school, a lot of the kids that I talk to, they don't give me the same attitude they give to other people. You know what I mean? Every now and then you'll get the attitude, and I leave them alone, I walk off. And 20 minutes later they come back, no, keep that same energy you had 20 minutes ago, you know what I mean? But I gotta understand that they are kids, so I gotta give them that space, you know what I mean, that grace. So, anyone else want to add? Anyone? No? Alright, so let's talk about the rush for freedom. First, the reality. I moved out when I was 18, and 4 months after I was 18, I moved out. I dealt with a lot of stuff in my household that I don't think I should have dealt with, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Life is what makes you who you are today. So I moved out. One of the biggest reasons, my mother smoked cigarettes. I got so tired of cigarettes. I couldn't wait. I got 18, found me the police. I moved out. That's what I did. I got tired of it. It was a lot of stuff. So, but let's get into number 4. A lot of teenagers today feel a ton of pressure at home and feel like the only way to find peace or independence is to get out on their own as fast as possible. Why do you think kids your age feel the urgency so early now?
I think a lot of teenagers feel rushed to leave home because they want independence, privacy, and the chance to make their own decisions. Some also deal with stress, constant arguments, or strict rules at home. So moving out seems like the only way to find peace. Social media can also make being on your own look exciting and easy without showing the financial and emotional challenges that come with it. Many teenagers are looking for freedom, but they may not always realize everything that comes with it.
This question brings back to our first question. I feel like a lot of teenagers feel pressure at home and also feel like they're being controlled under someone else's rule. So by them turning 18 and being able to live on their own, they feel like freedom and peace. Plus, in today's world, we got TikTok, Instagram, all these different social media platforms, and it shows you how to live on your own, but it don't show you the price behind it.
Yeah, that's true, because that part is healthy.
Some teenagers have like a lot of pressure just to leave home instantly as soon as they turn 18, because they feel like, you know, they lived under that strict roof for like all their like 18 years of living, that they feel like, oh, maybe I got it now, maybe I don't want to live under these strict rules no more. Just feel like they want to be independent all the time and stuff, but like sometimes just want to know like, hey, that's not all about that. You really need like that group. Not even, it don't have to be like a group of family, it could be a group of friends, a group of like people that you just talk to on the regular, that you really need to like support you and like know what you're doing in the life.
That used to be real prominent back in the day. Like, you didn't even want to go. Like, once you stayed outside, because you started, if you came back in, you might not be allowed to go back outside. And now,
When I moved out, because after I moved out, I was gone for about a year and a half, and I went back to my mother's house. But my second time moving out, when I moved out, I had my stand, my TV, my Xbox, an air mattress, and my son. That's what I had. it helps in peace. You know what I mean? And we look for that sense of peace. But again, that price in today's world, that BGE bill come in, that BGE bill that covers your food, your phone, and that BGE bill be skyrocketing. You know what I mean? The water bill fluctuate. People don't understand about that. And don't get no grass outside because I gotta be cut. You know what I mean? They will find you for anything out here. So that even transportation, like don't have a car. That car shows you. I hope you have a plan. I hope you really laid out and thought about it. But again, you do get a sense of peace. So it's not all bad, but we have to wait until we are ready to move out. And you talk about the control aspect, and parents trying to control you, because somebody has to shape you. Somebody has to strengthen you to go out there into that world. You have to. And when we be in the school, when people think, oh, this is like jail. This is nothing like jail. This is nothing like jail. All right, you better get on YouTube and see what jail is like for real, for real. All right? But the school, some of the things that we try to give them structure of, the trades, a lot of stuff is gone. You know what I mean? That really teach you things like that. But a lot of stuff that you can learn and absorb throughout the schools, throughout your uncles and your aunts, your grandmother, your grandfathers, you know what I mean? And you put all that together, not just the people that you want to listen to. Because a lot of times we only take advice from the people that we want to listen to. This won't tell us what we want to hear. You know what I mean? You have to get all sides of it. You have to get all sides of it. So let's go to number 5. The same question. A lot of young people rush to get out at 17 or 18 because they want freedom. But the real world hits differently. From what you've seen out here, from what y'all seen out here, what is the biggest reality check the young adults face when realizing being grown isn't as easy as it looks?
The biggest reality check is realizing freedom comes with bills, responsibilities, and sacrifices. Rent, groceries, transportation, and unexpected expenses can add up quickly.
Today's time, and we know a lot of things.
The biggest reality check is really that the credit at 18. Like once you turn 18, everything just goes. So like everything that you subscribe to, they know. Everything you don't pay back, they will know. So like when you're trying to go get that car, that house, anything you want, that credit gonna come back right at you. You can't get nothing, no matter how much money you got.
The biggest reality check is realizing that freedom comes with responsibility. Once you're on your own, you have to pay bills, manage your money, work constantly, cook, clean, and solve problems without relying on someone else.
They said everything I was going to say, so all I could do is say I agree.
So, what if you have an expensive lifestyle? You don't want to get a t-shirt from Walmart. You got to get your shirt from Gucci. You know what I mean? You got to get your shirt from True Religion. How much a shirt from True Religion cost? A pair of pants from True Religion? You're talking $200 for a pair of pants? Yeah. All right. You go to Walmart. How many pair of pants you get for $200? I'm just saying, right? And all that goes into that. And people don't incorporate that when they get into that. You know what I mean? What if you want every time they drop a new phone, you got to go get the latest one? Again, you have to break the habits before you get out there. You want to get your hair cut twice a week? You know how much that costs? You know what I mean? Your hair done. And we need to talk about if you have a kid, because then we are really in trouble, man. I don't know. Okay. Anybody want to add to that? No. All right. Now go on to number 6. Pressure, identity, and success. At 18, culture tells you that you're grown, but you're often still navigating different family dynamics, trying to find your own identity. What is the biggest pressure 18-year-olds face when trying to figure out who they are versus who everyone expects them to be? think it's only for the left side of the table, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't want to see that.
I know.
Alright, so,
Figuring out like who you are at 18, it's a lot of struggle because like sometimes you think, because like you know how you're younger and everybody asks you what you want to be when you grow up, you want to be usually like, I don't know, or like stuff like that. And then like when it gets to that point at 18, you start saying, I don't know, you're just not figuring out your life yet. So like once you turn 18, you just, or like even like 17, 16, you should already be figuring out like what you want to do, how you want to get there, what cost does it have to take, like what you got to leave to the side, or what you got to put down to like really get what you want to be.
I feel like society expects you to choose a career, go to college, make money, and know exactly who you are. But at the same time, you're still learning about yourself. It's hard trying to balance your own dreams and the family's expectations.
I didn't teach him the value of $1 younger.
Well, I'm not really 18,
So that you
but
first came available, I was dead, you know what I mean? I didn't-
one of the biggest pressures 18-year-olds face is trying to balance who they really are with everyone else expected.
Stuff like that. And
With
Brandon, you bought
with
things for Mandy,
my dad. Let me start.
But now,
One of the biggest pressures 18-year-olds face is trying to balance who they really are with who everyone else expects them to be. Family, friends, social media, and society all have different ideas about what success should look like. And that could make it hard to make decisions based on your own values.
At 18, sometimes people expect you to already have everything figured out. Sometimes it could be a family member, a friend of family, a teacher. It could also be a grant. It's also like, it's just older people. So they expect you to have it figured out, but you don't have it figured out. The biggest pressure is deciding what you want to do, but also not wanting to let everybody else down.
So how much weight does your parents hold in trying to figure out who you are, and what does that process look like to y'all? For example, let's take Brielle. Brielle did cheer, she did dance. I tried to get her in flag football, but she didn't want to do that at all. She dances at church. Brielle was in dance plays, she's been in plays. Brielle did a whole lot of things, right? So y'all with footwork, podcasting, you know what I mean, the pictures and all kind of things, giving y'all a bunch of different stuff to see, you know what I mean, where my kids fit in or what they like to do, and giving them different things. So how much weight does your parents hold to figuring out who you are?
Well, for me, I'm the oldest in like pretty much most of the family, so like I gotta like I put the weight down. It's like am I gonna take football seriously? Am I gonna do it all the way here, or am I gonna take my other career, which I'm majoring in computer science, figuring out like what am I gonna do with that, picking between one or the other, making sure that I'm being a big example for my brothers, my sister, everybody that's looking up to me, to really show that like to show that you can do it with whatever you want to put your mind to.
How much weight does your parents have or your family have to figuring out who you are? As giving you a bunch of different things when you're younger. As you have done, you done basketball, you done football. I don't know what else you can. I don't know if you've been in the singing classes or acting classes or drumming, you know what I mean? Trying to get you in different fields to see what you like and what you don't like. So how much weight does your parents or your family hold to figuring out who you are?
For me, my family holds a lot of weight when it comes down to stuff like that, because every time me and my siblings want to do something, and if we don't like it, they want us to voice our opinion, but they don't want us to not do it because other people are doing it, and they don't want us to be quitters. They want us to finish through and have a good mindset, even if you don't like it. So they hold a lot of weight when it comes down to things like that.
Alright, we're just moving right on along. Alright, so let's go to your support system.
You got anything you want to add to that?
We see young athletes getting deals and major financial opportunities earlier than before. With that kind of success, how crucial is it to have a strong support system, both physically, being there for them and helping them manage things financially, and keeping them grounded to handle the peers, how peers look at them. Youth work's just ended. And I kept saying, every year I say the same thing. I hope these kids got somebody in their life to tell them, stop spending all your money. The first week of youth work, I seen kids, oh, I'm getting these cleats, oh, I'm getting these shoes, oh, look at these shoes. Their card already filled up, you didn't even get paid yet. You know what I mean? Now, granted, you work is different. I hope and pray that, you know what I mean, you spend your money the way that you want to spend your money. You know what I mean? But a lot of people got people in their head telling them just, yeah, go ahead, get that, that's cool, go ahead, get that, that's cool, and then 2 days later, everything's gone. So, what do y'all feel about y'all support system?
I feel like if you making money at a young age, it's a blessing, it's a good blessing. But I think you should have the right people around you, because if you don't, you could be taken advantage of, especially like if you're a teenager and you have friends that don't make money. They'll want you to pay for things for them and get stuff for them. But at the same time, you gotta make sure you're saving and you know how to spend your money correctly.
Agreeing with Cordell, like some people will really try to, like some of your friends will really try to use it as not making money, because some people will see you like, dang, you really making this money early, like how you doing it, or like they be like, or you give them like one thing and then once they see it one time, they gonna start trying to keep it adding it up all the time. So I feel like you should really have like a great support system to always know how to save, always know how to, like, what to do with it. Like if you don't know, like you don't want to spend it, what to do. You don't have to just keep it there, but like try to grow it more. Yeah.
So, have y'all ever experienced or seen anyone keep coming to you with their hand out all the time? Well, not me, because I got 35 kids. You know what I mean? That come asking for stuff. You know, you ask the kids in the building, probably got like 40 now. They keep asking for stuff. You ever had to turn anybody away or cut somebody off and be like, no, I'm not doing it no more? You know what I mean? Like, hey, you go to the store, get a chicken box. Oh man, I ain't got no money. You buy a chicken box on Monday. On Tuesday, you going back. Oh, I ain't got no money. Well, yesterday you had no money either. So, I mean, what's going on today? So, y'all ever had to deal with that? Y'all had to cut somebody off? No? You want to talk about it? No?
So when I first got my car, I got my car at 16 and I got it for Christmas. So when I got my car, a lot of people, and I posted it because it was a big, like, I feel like that was a big gift that I hadn't gotten. So when I posted it, a lot of people was congratulating me. They was saying they was saying congratulations, and some people was hating. But when I got to school, a lot of people was asking, can they ride in my car? Can I take them to school? Can I take them this place and that place? And I really had to turn them down, because before I had my car, some of y'all didn't even talk to me. So I feel like as soon as I got my car, y'all only wanted to talk to me because y'all thought y'all could get free rides.
Well, I'm not gonna talk about it, but like I did do it. Like when I first started working youth work, I did do something bad. I did, but I was young, and like, yeah. But it was a bad thing, because like I did cut her off, and like I spent almost pretty much everything. Like, yeah.
What you learn from that?
I learned that everybody's not your friend, even friend.
Let's go back to, what's it, the disagreement? The parents telling.
Everybody's not your friend. You should just like, even if you're young, you should just still like, just see it early before like it goes too much and everything just take advantage of you. I learned that the hard way, and now like I'm doing better now.
Glad you're doing better. Glad you're doing better. Okay. We gonna move on. Alright, moving on. Alright. So we're gonna go to number 8. Peer influence and mentorship. Kids today, kids today. All right, so when kids today are going through real struggle, whether it's stress, relationship issues, or a major mistake, why is it so common for them to seek advice from their friends who are the exact same age, rather than open up to their parents or mentors who actually have been there before?
I think a lot of young people go to their friends first because they feel understood and believe their friends won't judge them. It's often easier to talk to someone your own age who's going through similar experiences. Some teens also worry that adults will immediately lecture them or punish them without listening, while friends can often offer emotional support, mentors, and parents usually have more life experience and can give advice that betters for long-term decisions.
In today's world, teenagers go to a lot of people closer in age rather than people older because they feel more heard and understood. Sometimes parents will look at you a little sideways or give you a big talk, and that's not what you was looking for. You was looking for a direct answer.
Well, for me, because like I'm not using like closer numbers, so like I just give it. For me, I talk to my girl every day, like all the time, even when like if I'm stressing or just like something bad just happened. I talk to her even though she's not my age, or not close to my age. She's around my age, not my age. She understands more because like she's been through way worse stuff than I've been through. So like, and like she just wants something. This is not, yeah. And like it's not like I don't like opening up to my parents. It's just like I never felt like I could because like I was just young. It's like it felt like I was just talking back because we had a strip. It was like not strip, but like the rules were just like it was higher than like it's like this.
So like I don't even have friends. Like I don't talk to nobody anymore after high school. I just stopped talking to everybody. So I don't even go to my peers. Obviously because I don't have none. But I don't go to them, and I don't really talk to my mom either. I just keep it inside. And I feel like that's a bad thing too. So maybe I should start opening up, I guess, to somebody.
We're gonna partner you up with Sister Trisha. She's a great listener, and she's a great hugs. So a few years ago, one of my kids, we was having a conversation, and I was talking about the girls, and yeah, what's up, Shorty? Da, da, da. Oh no, I ain't talking to you about no girls. I ain't talking to Jordan about girls. Oh, Jordan only 6 months older than you. What? What's up with that? Like, what are you talking about? Jordan, yes. You said that you felt like it wasn't never a safe place for you to talk, and I apologize if I ever made you feel like this wasn't a safe place to talk. But I always came to you and said, hey, how you feeling? What's going on in your life? You always kept saying nothing. But so if you ever want to talk, we can talk, okay? I know a little bit about it. A little bit about it. Okay? I'm about to tie your raises and to talk. Anything? We can go on to the next one. Defining real support. Do you feel like you don't have support, or that you aren't supported enough in your dreams and the things you are trying to do day to day. From your perspective, what does more support actually look like to you?
Real support look like to me is more than just words. It's people showing up for you, believing in you, and actually helping you grow as a person. So if you have if you want, like for me, I want to start a business. I have my dad, I have my mom, and I have my family and my father friend. My father hangs around a lot of different people that do different things. They have car businesses, clothing lines. They play in the NFL, or some of them play in the NBA. So I feel like I can go to my dad friend and ask him for help, and they'll show me.
From my perspective, support isn't just someone saying, I believe in you. Real support means checking in, encouraging your goals, giving honest advice, celebrating your progress, and helping you even when you're struggling.
You have to correct. But in the same
Real support for me is not just saying words, just being there. Like my family is always, even though I sometimes say swear they don't be, but they're always there. Like just yesterday, we cookout because my college sent away, and my birthday cookout because my birthday was the day before that. They just sent that from me, even though I was just the amount that they didn't support me and stuff. So yeah, that's a big support for me.
Say that again. No. Say the last sentence one more time. I just want to make sure I heard it clearly.
And those behaviors, when we correct them,
Yeah,
parents,
big support to me.
we don't always have support.
I really do appreciate them a lot.
Well, thank you. Wow.
Sometimes support isn't about the money or the words. It's simply having someone who constantly shows up, listens, and reminds you that your goals aren't possible.
So supportive and defending the kids' actions.
So, a lot of kids do have goals that they want to achieve, and us as adults who have failed at some things in our life, we will shoot them down. But I always try to push the kids. A lot of kids like to play sports. Football, rough number, is 20,000 kids in the state of Maryland, right? State number 20,000. 2% of the kids are going to the NFL. So, the rest of the time, what are you doing? Right? Yes, I want you to play football. Yes, come play football. Football is not the end. So in the meantime, what are you doing? What is your real goals? You know what I mean? I got a kid who want to play football, and he's talented. If he keep working on it, he'll be there. But he has a clothing line. The first day of workouts, he showed me his laptop, and he designed clothes. But he never showed me that again. So now I see him chasing girls all down the hallway. I see his grades dropping. No, you need to get back to football and your clothes.
But
right?
I'm the mother, I'm the father, and I have to defend my kid.
Joshua said he wanted to be a cook, right? Then he said he wanted to be an entrepreneur, all right? Entrepreneur in what? That's a wild field. So you got to narrow that down. Jordan, computer science in what field? You know what I mean? It's a lot of different goals that they have, and trying to push them to that. I don't try to say you can't do it, because I know what that sounds like. So when kids in the school want to do certain things, one of the girls, she wanted to move out. How old are you? 15. No, sit down. Stop. Okay. Just because your parents tell you something you don't like, you don't have to do that out of the house. So sit down, lock in, get yourself together. But goals of trying to be something, acting, I'm trying to push the kids into go try out for the drum team, acting class. They got all kinds of different stuff going out throughout the school. See if you like it.
I'm not saying that's right.
Kid, Justin, I think it was Justin. Go try. I never did it before. Go try. See if you like it. Give me 3 days to try it. Sign on with the football team. Hey, go practice with me. Tell me if you like it. You know what I mean? Say if you like this is what you're trying to do. So give them a bunch of different things and just listen to them. You see kids who just write a whole lot, just write. Won't you start writing your life story? If you start writing your life story, you have a book done. You know what I mean? Just trying to push them into different aspects and supporting them all the way through. So that's how I try. You know what I mean? And I know I've got a bunch of different stuff that be going on. I try to get people to come and sing. I call Coach John, hey, you should come and sing at our church. I sing at my church, come and sing at our church too. You know what I mean? Like, try to get people, just do a bunch of different stuff and support system, because I know how strong it is to have somebody supporting you and pushing you into the corner. You know what I mean? Like, pushing you and pushing you and pushing you. So, that is our 9 questions that we do have. So now we want to open up to the floor and see if y'all have any questions for the young people. Can you hear me there, Mike? Joshua?
I said, being in the school system for over 20-something years.
Joshua?
I said, I had to tell parents come up.
Fucking it's muted, so you gotta tell me. Has a question. Wake up, son. He was at the party all night.
Alright.
We can hear you.
No, you can speak.
One side.
What's up, everybody?
He said one side. She made it.
I got a question for you guys.
You come up with it. Oh, man, I
What's
had
the
you.
biggest challenge
I want you to go
you
in
all
there.
have faced in high school?
And I'm gonna stand.
If you want to hold on the records. What's the biggest challenge that you guys have to go to, and how did you overcome it?
So my sophomore year, I was like, cause I'm still new in high school and stuff. My sophomore year, I wasn't really focused on school. I was more just focused on football. So like, I was too much focused on football. I got Brandon kicked me off. Brandon kicked me off the team because like my grades just dropped like bad. Like it was a lot. I got kicked off the team. So like, and that was a major step back for me because like, I was like, dang, like I was really just like failing off. So like, if I was still playing, I was gonna get kicked off anyway. So I focused more on school. So now that my 11th and 12th grade year, everything just like boosted. I went from a 2.0 my sophomore year to my junior year going to a 3.5 to my senior year going to a 4.1.
He didn't get kicked off. He got set down. And then he went to practice anyway. So, cause I had to get the belt. You know what?
Because as everybody said, when we were kids,
My 9th grade year,
we did have
it's not the best, but it wasn't the worst.
half the things that they
I
said.
say, you
I
know,
had gotten a
fake
phone call
friendships had been,
and you
relationships
say
had
anything
been.
about what
There was a lot. Fights had been, suspensions had been. When I say what overcame that was my mother and my sister. They give the best advice for me, and I just love that for them.
The parents
What school you go?
start younger than 14.
Re-ask the question. I'm sorry.
So how
What
can
was the
the kids
biggest
teach a
challenge you faced in high school? and how did you overcome it?
The biggest challenge I faced in high school was having friends. Having friends can show you a lot. Some people not your real friends. So, yeah, usually, like, I got to the range up with my car. Well, not my car, but with my brother's car, my money, my family. Like, some people wanted to pick out my house because and you didn't see houses like that.
I don't want any.
So I feel like friends and somebody that helped me come over that problem was a person that was a junior at the time. His name was Jamal, and he helped me. He talked to me about like,
100% on all the people that I know care about my students because I don't want to lose what really good.
I think one of my biggest challenges
And I
was
when I support
making up extra credit classes that I didn't know I had.
So, you know, and that's a lot to.
I overcame that.
And
I went to one of the counselors and they actually helped me to
people walking around, they gotta carry stuff because
to get my classes where it's supposed to be, and I got the work done, and I graduated on time.
That we as black people used to walk in, we don't have that.
Any other questions?
And when I was getting disciplined, I know I'm jumping from place to place. When we were getting disciplined,
I know.
they talked to
It just
us.
sounds better.
Like, I'm beating you because I love you. No, you're getting this beating because such. Before we got the beating, it was, why would you do that?
All right, just go ahead. Do you?
We could never say.
It's a wonderful feeling walking here and see you.
Because then we got beat worse.
Willing to
What you
share
mean you don't
and
worry?
share.
I mean, what you mean you don't know? The
Working in
art
the school
of
system.
thinking and processing for our kids is not being infused to them anymore.
Then I went
It's
to high
okay to
school.
think it and do it.
And just listening to the young people in the home,
That's the
the
issue
conversations
that's one
that
of
they
the
were
issues
having
that I see.
about
When I
being
talk to these kids,
disappointed,
like,
being
y'all at
that
them, I fuss at them, y'all forget me, sometimes I even cuss at them. And I
It just
go back
really
and
made
I
me
tell them,
understand that
when I have them in my office,
some
I
homes
sit there and
are
I
not safe
make them rationalize, like, come on, tell me, what were we thinking?
some family
What could you have
members
done
are not safe to
differently?
be around.
Those things
We're not
aren't
to be
being
trusted.
invoked at home.
So a lot of times,
So we
as
just
Brandon
lost
said, you come to school
Some of
and
the
you're
culture
carrying
that we had.
not just your
And
personal
looking
stuff,
out for one another.
but
Nobody can
everybody
say
else's
anything to
stuff.
your child but you.
So I commend each and every one of you for overcoming, because there's so many other challenges coming. So if you, what you have learned thus far, use that as your
Man,
foundation.
she came out, I said, oh, what's up, niggas? You know, the time she cussed me out. He said, you gotta tell me, I know she ain't in for, like, I mean, this is one of the things, every day, like, the phone, I'm here, I don't know how to do that. What?
But if he's saying, oh, I know she's a handful, that's saying that he's lacking
But it's a
something.
blessing. Continue
His
to share.
response to that was what?
Somebody needs to hear.
What if you told me she did what? She said what? Okay, wait till we get finished with this graduation. That should have been a response. I know she got a
Ms.
handful.
Carter, you also.
All right, any other questions? Go. Okay, all right, so we're gonna go to our scripture part now. Okay.
Like you say, it's crazy.
More than one child,
Yeah.
they trying
What
to
else is crazy?
combat whatever stressors.
What else is crazy though?
And then
I said, well,
it gets to a point. where
What part I said was crazy?
I'm just asking.
And they've been taught right from wrong, from that very parent stressed out, trying to support them to lead through.
A grandmother, a grandmother.
How many kids you got?
But it's like, kids get to a place where they're making their own choice. And then kind of just bringing the parent along for the ride, with whatever they do, you know. So I see that too. I feel for the parent, and I empathize, because I know
When I
they're
say
trying the best they can, and then they have other, like
They
I said,
did.
repetition
When I
jobs.
say
Two
job,
jobs, they got younger kids who
Okay.
may be more of a priority, like
I'm
you
from the
15,
generation
16, like I already did that. Like I got an
I said-
8-year-old now that I have to put a
You
little
did.
bit more intention
You did.
and time into.
And that's how I raised mine.
And, you know, it gets lost in
Okay.
that way too. So
But
you see that,
now,
definitely see that.
and listening to y'all and that grandchild of mine, I'm the one that's not speaking to me right now. Okay? And yes, it hurts because I feel as though I let her take me to that level. You understand what I'm saying? Where she did not, we argue. You know, and she said some hurtful things. And I guess that was her expressing herself. Things that I didn't even know. I was like, oh my God, is this really coming out her mouth to me? And it hurt, and it hurts to this day. You understand what I'm saying? And I just can't believe it. Then I have another one that's 12 years old, that's body language. I'm ready to, and I can take a pencil and snap it and have, I'm being honest. I don't like that, that's disrespect. I demand respect, because I will give you my heart if I can give it out, but I need it.
And now I'm just,
I need it.
another crash out.
And if I don't have it, I'm gonna make a
I
way.
really think it is
I don't
But
drive
children
it,
now are like.
but if you gotta
stuck
get
in
somewhere,
everybody
I see them
has to
to
see
do
it
it.
failing over and over again.
I'ma
We
see
don't
them
know
to
what we're playing at it.
I'm gonna go beyond my
Because if you look at how we were raised,
That's anybody,
so really the people I look at.
because that's who I am,
am.
and that's how I was raised.
Right?
By
So
my
if
mother.
I see my older brother,
And that's how I
like,
do.
I'm not saying that's you, but if I see my older brother
That's
being
what
out here
I
in the streets, I'm gonna just do
But
what
I see
I associate
now,
with. I'm just gonna
like,
do
and it hurt,
you know,
but I hear
so
what y'all
I don't
saying.
know, I think a lot of times.
I hear
children
exactly
are
what you're saying.
Even the kids that.
So
go to
it gives
school,
me
like,
a little light
nobody's
to
got
go
to
and
ask,
deal with
hey,
this
are
12-year-old,
you okay at home?
because
And
I'm
then when they
really
come
trying
to you,
to help
their honesty, like, no, you know, this
turn
is
things
going
around.
on.
We
Like,
have a thing where we
oh,
say
wow.
general curses,
There's no help for them. So
Well, I
don't
tries
know,
to
it just
break
seems like a huge cry of
because
help.
I don't want
So
to
but
do
now,
that.
now in
Because
the,
I know
systems,
one
there
of
is-
my
you do
grandkids,
get the
mother, great grandmother, was found in the alley, Redwood, downtown. The mother was found by the dumpster, dead.
That grab the kids.
I don't
help the
want
kids,
that to
put them like on bibs.
And
things,
her
so that-
mother out there doing drugs. So my daughter, 33 years old. I refuse
So
for
you
that
come
to
in, you
happen
crash
to
your
her.
house. So you come to.
So yes,
to
I
her office,
protect her.
She has a plan for you, but she'll.
I didn't want her to do that. I didn't want her to make those
And they
decisions
see them.
and who she wanted to be with.
Twice a month, however you need to be.
So she was like, I can't do this, I can't do that. So when I let her off the steps, they was like, oh, you get to get off the steps with a warden.
On the second set of
That's
records.
what they used to
this
say to
year,
her. I lived on
we
Poplar
suspended
Grove.
Most,
No, I didn't want her to go nowhere. I didn't want her to go with that crowd. That crowd got, mother was pulled in because they was shot.
And I'm bringing her.
They
out
were
because
smoking.
even though she
I
set
didn't want
record,
that for her. I wanted to
she
protect her
wrote
from
a
that.
poem
Because her mother
in the
did
poem
drugs.
of The Obamas.
So all she had to
I
do
mean,
was
it's
get
not that. But I just wanna give y'all some context
because drugs
about
was
all
in her
those
system.
young ladies set a record for suspension.
Because the mother
crashing
did
out,
drugs with her
fighting
up
home.
until she had
Right?
her.
Talk about
So I tried to
continuously
protect
failing.
her.
How
All
do you
that.
have somebody
Was
who's
telling people
smart,
that I didn't want her around.
has the cognitive
So, yeah,
ability
when
to
she
write
got
a
older,
poem that
And
can
her
touch
head, she was saying, I can't wait to
Talk
go
a heart of a lot of
I
people.
got to run.
And she still getting
But I
put out
told her,
school.
you're gonna finish school,
Now, a lot of times.
and you're not bringing no
based
babies
on
in my
age,
house.
She deserves to be back in third day.
And I
But it's
really
kind of like,
respect
what
them,
is the
and she
code
did
for
bring a baby in my house.
to have a student like that?
And when she got ready, and she went to reach,
The
and when
structure
it was
that
time for her to graduate,
don't lend
and I
itself
went there,
to support her.
she couldn't graduate because she didn't have enough of points.
Right? So
You had to have so many credits.
that
And I was
perpetual
so
failure on
embarrassed
some level happens.
because she didn't have enough
So the
of
structure that
credits.
don't need to occur.
But I was setting her up every day. I watched her get on that bus
So.
from my window.
Say that kids don't want to.
She wasn't going to school. She wasn't going to school.
There is a student.
Phone would ring,
That I,
and I went to answer it. But the phone was telling me your child wasn't in school.
When they come to school.
Then one day I was at the kitchen sink and I was washing it. Somebody said, pick up the phone, and I picked up the phone, and they say, your child missed school. Well, they was on their way to lock
It
me
got
up
above me, so then she had to go talk
because
to me
this
one
child
day.
has not went to
So
school.
I
But I know I was
see
sending
the
her to
student
school,
in there.
so I had to
So now we got a
go.
reputation. Let me see that smile. Let me see that smile.
Then I'm
First
sitting
thing
in
the
the wrong
room told me to get out. I'm not helping.
I supposed to be in the courthouse across the street. And I had to get up out of here and run across the street in that
Walk
courthouse.
away. You know what I mean? I'm not going.
And I saw all these kids, all these parents, and
That's
here I'm
had to
coming.
be taken
It's
to
another
another
chapter.
place
We
because
was missing all these days of school. And
we had people in
I'm
place
just gone.
that deals with
But
kids,
she didn't
but
have it. And
they
I
were
was like,
all on the
I
same
can't do
page.
this.
They
My
had
son
all
took
these
over.
kids, you know what I mean?
And he
Just like
put her in
the
nice
student that
school,
crashed on Friday.
got her in
And you, this, that, like that.
and she
Came back to
graduated.
apologize.
Yeah, she
I
graduated,
got all
but she
of
was
it.
supposed
We
to
don't even rock like that. I was mad. I came on those days, man. Pull something
I
together.
in the
So
town.
So now that student didn't apologize to me.
I was
Pretty
mad.
sure
I was
they
hurt.
did. You didn't
I was
apologize,
mad.
but
I
they didn't apologize to
said when
me.
she comes in, because
Why?
Yeah,
And I'm
it's
still
very nice.
trying
You
to
gonna be
bring
outside.
some
Make sure you stay out there.
sneaky.
I control the
I
flow
didn't
down there. You know
know.
what I
She
mean?
did.
But
She still was. She was going out to the bay. I don't know nothing about the I don't know nothing about the bay. You want places hanging out where I don't even know about.
We might say curse word back.
My sugar ran up. I
I
ate one
just
seed.
think, but later on
High
down
blood
the
pressure,
road,
I
I
took a
will
head
find
for a stroke.
approach that student and go up on them, like grab them by that little.
I didn't ask for this. I did not ask for this.
You know better, let's go on.
Now-
We sit and we have a conversation, and sometimes, and we hug it out, and then sometimes
she
they
has
just
to
burst into tears.
Unlearn some things.
Like you said.
Like the body language that I'm receiving from her. I don't. You know, so I don't like it. And I'm trying to help her to help this child. Because generally, I want to grow.
They never really
Because
thought that
I want to see
you
things
know all
happen.
that
I want to see my granddaughter
make sure they don't get hurt, they shouldn't
grow up and be
They
something.
never thought.
I asked God, God, let me see her walk across that stage.
And grab it.
Please.
And
You know,
really
let me see it.
feel safe.
But,
I'm not safe at
and then the one that I'm not speaking to, I still pray for her. I pray for her, because I don't know what she's smoking or what she got into.
So it's like, who
I don't know. But I know I'm hurt because I let that argument take me back to who I want to be. I want to always
I'm all
pray,
right with talking about.
but I never disrespect
They can
my
come
mother.
and approach me
Never.
however they want to, and
Because I would be
will stand
sitting
on
here right here today, but I did disrespect.
And I tell them,
But
God will always send
yeah,
something
you know,
to you, whatever you're lacking, whatever you're
I
missing.
don't know, so, but
Mom,
listen
not
to
there,
you, I'm gonna be able to go
and
home
you know you want to
at a different look for the one that I got home.
eyes and your heart just enough to receive
The other one,
who
and you
God
time to
has
pray
placed
about
in.
that.
He will never.
Praying, I'm
leave you
seriously
walking
praying
alone.
about that.
I said,
That
you
one
need to
home,
open your eyes, and I
I
always
just
talk
gotta
about nothing.
rather look at things,
He's
you
gonna
know,
give you
especially
a
from
nugget in
purpose
every
15.
situation. Do you grab
One
hold of
was
the
12.
nugget, or do you grab hold of the
Either.
situation?
You understand what I'm saying? So,
You
it's
gotta
like,
trust them enough to know.
one day at a time.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you wanna work
Miss
out
McKay.
to your betterment, you can't see it today, but your future holds
All of you are in school, have been in school for a long time,
and then I'm learning
education, and I'm like,
and then
you know, and it's still not there, so we got this
on my signing sheets,
You go in, in ninth grade, you have issues in ninth grade, you have issues in
and
ninth
draw
grade.
hearts.
But it's a stepping stone, so you build on your mistakes.
And that gives me great joy.
Also, the school is, so it's 4 years. So you go into the school, you find out what activities are there for you to learn. It's great if you do all of the activities, because that's what's gonna make you a well-rounded person. Even when you go to college, go to everything that's there that they have, so you can see what's offered and what you like, and what suits
Because
your
I
life.
had crazy kids in school.
And then you'll find that, oh, I like this math class, oh, I like this
My
particular
son,
club.
you
I'm
lost
gonna
your
be
mind.
on, I mean, you that you wanna do a fraternity.
She called
They
me
wanna be
security and I'm
someone.
not in the group. Well, by the time
You
they
go
get
to
here,
every meeting, everything that there is to go to,
you know,
you find out.
to explain to me how you.
I'm saying that, same thing, like I said in school, I go to every club, go to every activity, go to every sport, find out what it is. Don't sit there alone. Ninth grade is very difficult, I work with the ninth graders. And my thing is to tell them that you have 4 years to change your life.
They got so many members at school.
First day you come in, it is very, very bad. But I want them to go to
And I was like, but we're going to North Avenue.
football,
And North Avenue,
everything.
and stated them back.
It's just everything, right, everything, every club, so that you can again find your niche in those 4 years. And then if your home life isn't great,
Always have to put.
come to school every day, get that GPA that you want,
and go to any college that you want to go to for free. You are in charge of changing your life. What you say is right.
And the vagina mouth, they got the bottom mouth. And all you do is like bottom
That are going to rub you the wrong way. School is kind of training you on how to deal with those type of people. The school is training you how to deal with all the situations that are going to come to you in life. One thing, social media is raising you right now. This lady here was talking about how her grandchildren, her children are acting a certain way. Social media is raising our children. And that's why, hence, they start going to school. Because we know that social media is affecting a lot that goes on in that school building. Social media is affecting a lot that goes on in the house. The school system and the Department of Education have decided that, okay, in order to help these students, one thing we have to do is we have to cut out the social media in the schools. So that's why we have plans in schools now to cut out social media and those cell phones. They're also going to do more on computers. So you'll go to the back door and computers to get through, trying to go around the firewalls to get through. They're going to be cutting down the firewalls. Our teachers had a program on their computers where you're on a computer, they can see what you're on, they can off of whatever you're on.
It's my fault.
So that control is not to say
If you start
you're
articulating that,
cheating in a class and you're not doing
as they
it.
come
No,
out.
it's just to make sure you are doing
For some
what you
kids,
need to help you.
that's gonna be their excuse for not doing anything. It's just gonna be
And
like,
also, one
I'm
thing
not
that I
gonna
see
do
that,
it.
we talked about some of the adults in the school system. Working in the school system is a
So
calling.
now, anything in my life
It's
that's a
not a
crisis,
job,
that's
so some
a challenge for me
teachers,
to try to
administrators, and some staff really are in the school system for a paycheck. But you have to search and
Everybody
find
won't
a
respond
person in
like
the
that.
school system or in college or at your job
wanna do
that's
it.
there because it's a
Intrinsically, they're
call, they
motivated
wanna
from
make it.
within. They're like,
They wanna make
you know what,
it.
man, alright, you know what, man, you didn't do it right, that's
And
fine.
we're not
I'm
looking
good.
for those fake friends.
still
We're
looking
looking for fake friends.
That's all I love.
Because they're there. The fake friends are there. This one, brother right here mentioned that she'll even talk to people she gets with, and you won't. When you come out of school, that's gonna be gone. You're gonna get moving on to the next level, and you're gonna find people in college. You're gonna find some fake friends in college too. But because you're gonna go to all those different avenues and different groups and different committees, you're gonna find people who are gonna be lifelong friends in college. High school, I had one friend that I still talk to in high school, but I only talked to her once every 6 months. So, and also, when you go to your friends and tell them all your business, you gotta be careful who you tell your business to. You tell your business to your fake friends, and guess what? Before the school day is over, your fake friends and told their fake friends. And then guess who's all over social media by the end of the night? So it's a lot of thought processes, and also when you get there, find an adult that you know is there for the calling and for the benefit of you. Whether they fussing out or not. Right, whatever. And I'm gonna say, I'm a fusser. But it's a calling and it's a mission. I'm not at my school for a paycheck. I'm at my school because I care and I wanna see students with a better future. And I know you guys coming in with a lot of issues. My office door is open. And when you leave here today and you talk to your friends, let them know, hey, find somebody to talk to, find somebody who's not fake, find somebody who sees something as a calling, who's out here to help you to succeed. Leave those fake friends alone, and you're gonna have some fake adults too. Gotta figure out the difference.
I would like to thank what you said about like the adult, like the school adult support system. So I went to digital for my first 3 years of school. I did have a couple of adults there that was cool, but like that whole school, the school is not like good at like supporting people, but like it was a school I didn't want to leave at first. Brandon was telling me like just transfer, come to the Reach. I was telling him no at first, but then I just like rethought about it, like my 3 years. Well, my athletic aspect, I barely really played. So like I had all the talent. I was better than most of everybody that was over there. Better all the talent, but like they took like they took the bigger person because he was just like bigger. He was just bigger than this. He was all, so it's like I'm like, dang. So you just really gonna take him just because he's bigger? But like we still never got anywhere every time. So like then Brandon told me like just come to Reach. I've been like my sophomore and junior year. I've watched like at least the homecoming game for Reach. You know, the homecoming game. Like it was like I was seeing like everybody's always at the homecoming game. Everybody would show up from alumni to the teachers, the students, and it was always on Saturdays. So like people could pick anything else to do on their Saturdays, but they would come there. So I was like, they got a cool support system. So then I was like, my junior year, end of my junior year, I was just like, when he just kept telling me, he's like, so what you want to do? I just said, okay, I'll try it out. So then once the school year hit, I wasn't really liking it at first, but like I was kind of, cause like I was just to myself all the time, and then like only talking to like players on the team, and then like I started getting a bond with the team, a more bond with the team with this team than the other team I was with. So like, right, I got a huge bond with Cordell. Like I would tell Cordell like anything that happened like bigger in his life once he gets to his junior and senior year, just tell him what it is, like what to know, what to learn. Ty Darius, he's my roommate next year for Bowie. So, and then like with the coaches, I didn't really have a big like, only Brandon and like Coach Brown, Cordell Favre, like I only had the real bond with them for the football aspect. And then I tried track for the first time my school year. And that was like, that took a huge step. I have a big bond with Miss Furdak, the track coach. She wants me to do well. And also Miss Rose, she always, Tiana still tells me about Miss Rose, that she's always talk about me to this day. So like, it's huge on the support part with the teachers and stuff. So.
I was just gonna say that it's about, not necessarily saying that it's a conversation.
I have a quick question. Did you think about different things? I listened when you talked about the support system. I listened when you talked about your identity. I heard you when you talked about the first thing, difference between protecting and control.
And they would say something, oh, see,
Have you
that's
been
right.
out?
If I had to do it again, I think I would have done it this way.
Right. A lot of times,
Right, exactly. I would have done it.
when you ask their story, they may say that to you if you've never asked. But if you get a chance, ask them, what's your story? How were things with you when you were my age or younger? You know, who, if there was pain, who gave you that pain? Is that why you're raising me and instilling in me the things that you're instilling in me? Because sometimes we look at it like, she was ignorant. But now you're starting to see that they got on your nerves. And why is it? Just ask them. How would you like that what were your challenges? Because that question came, you got what were the challenges? And how did you get over it?
4 years older than me, who always
Listen.
looked out for me.
And hear what they're saying.
I went to her to tell her that I was pregnant. And she cried because she thought it was her fault because she didn't get a chance. She was a leg out.
Well, for me, I never really asked. It more like just like came out type of thing. So like, so like, Brandon told me about his life story, just like when I was telling about getting like the job aspect, the money aspect, told me like how am I tell me how like he had to raise, he was the, aren't you old? He's the oldest of like all his siblings, so like he had to, and his mom and his dad was always like never in the house. Like they would leave, they were supposed to work at 9 a.m. but never, they leaving at 9 a.m. not leaving earlier than that, and then never come back until like almost 2 a.m. at night. So like he would always have to just be there and just raise them. So they look up to more him as like a brother and a father. So like that's probably why he like raises more like, and to make sure that he's not out our lives, because Cause like my dad did like, did leave a little bit. I was in the hospital, he didn't show up when I like almost, not, it was bad, like, so, and then my mom was like, my mom's story came out from like, it was like an argument, so it just like came out like, she told me, she got talked about a lot, and like she didn't really care like that people talk about her a lot, so she just keeps moving with like, she keeps moving with herself, and it's like, stuff like that, so that's how like, I guess I keep myself motivated, just keep moving, I don't like no like little words, the words in general just come out to me like that, so, yeah.
So that story has shaped you.
I would say when my father, like we had conversations, it wasn't me asking, it was saying what Jordan said. It just randomly came out. So my father went to Reach, but before it was Reach, it was Lee Clifton. And at that time when he was in high school, they can leave for lunch. And he used to have a car at my house too, so him and his friends used to go to different food spots for lunch. And they would get food, but they would have to be back by a certain time, and he played basketball. And everybody knew Coach Tree, so if they wasn't back, they would get in trouble, and they would get punished at practice. So him and his friends, they used to leave, and sometimes his friends would make him late, and he would take all the punishment. And then it was this one time he did tell me that him and his friends left, and one of his friends didn't get back in the car, and unfortunately he did get killed. So he do want me to understand that what your car is about responsibility, and I have to watch over who I bring around.
Jagging, flying, so always. I don't know what time we had this drink.
Oh, I'll need that. I'm late. So I already the babysit but I worked in the juvenile detention center for 14 years. And I worked with y'all as young as 8 all the way up until 21. And when they get to me, it's, you want to sell. So I will say, I think the disconnect and opportunity is a lot of times we look at the child as what we experience as children. So if I grew up in a generation where I didn't speak, I want the next generation to be the same way. And that's not never been the case. So I know for me, navigating being a parent of a 14-year-old, it was what, 6'1", 300 pounds? He's been bigger than me forever. So it's like navigating that. I think as parents, we need to take more self-reflection and accountability. My story is my story. However, when I sit down with my kids, I've been telling them my story since they were like 10. Like, my story, coach know my story is kind of rough, but they know it. So like, I took them to the projects, I showed them like, we might not eat today. I showed them where I might have been hustling today so I could eat, and they grasped it a little better. So I want y'all to know, navigating this, you're gonna find some adults who are not going to be equipped to handle where y'all are. But you are going to find some adults that's going to quarantine. And I went from working into the detention center to now being a social worker. So I found my calling early. So now if, I see beyond you 15. You can feel how you want to feel. And sometimes my son might come in the room, slam the door, and be like, "Mom, you speak freely." And I think we need to allow that. We need to allow them to feel those feelings. To allow them to, because what's custody? Because he's 14. That is still in the dictionary. Because he's 7 and makes it that bad. No, they should be able to do that. So yeah, you can come in my room and tell me how you feel. You can come in my room and say, "This lady got on my nerves today. How do I navigate this? This person, my friend, he's right. How do I manipulate this?" And I've always felt the real power for my kids, and it's crazy. I see kids now who've been locked up forever. So they see me become a media big way, and I think that's the difference. And parents and like, so like we navigate these spaces. I want y'all to understand that a lot of times the adults just don't know how to catch that kind of trauma. And it's not to give them
However, they only can provide you with what they have. So if y'all need that, when you need somebody to talk to you, like she was saying, find that person that's going to pour into you where they can meet you at. School, please learn your history. I'm very big on black culture. I'm very big on black history. School is very well done. They're going to teach you the very basics. My kids come home, they learn about African American culture. Because a lot of the systems that they create jails based on school numbers. A lot of stuff on the grassroots as far as like emotional stuff. I know what you want, but just don't get so involved with it. I made this mistake, so I'm saying it. If that makes sense, like move past that. I made it. I acknowledge it. I'm gonna be better, and I'm gonna move on. Like leave it where it's at. You're never gonna be that mistake again unless you do it again.
Really?
Don't do it.
Change it again.
No, that's not the title.
Look, we still number 3.
They should do this and they should do that. I don't know why you should do that if you never had experienced that. And that, I don't know if y'all read that poem, came to school without a pencil or something. That's that poem. It's basically how teachers expect a lot with the babies, like got a sister to school. Wash clothes, mother them run the street. Yeah, the poem is lit, like it's a good inspirational poem. A lot of times they don't see that with y'all. All they see is you're gonna come in here and you're gonna learn because you're a student. But in life, typically you're given the lesson or the test before you even get to study. You get what I'm saying? So like when y'all navigate this, just try to, the best you can, but learn outside. Learn more about your history. Learn more about the systems that's out there. Learn more about how the stuff that's we put in place have been developed and can be developed. It's all set up that way. But y'all gonna have to find some resilience to move forward with it. And that's what I teach my own son. That's what I teach my daughter. She's 10. Early. Like you're gonna be faced with stuff. However, I'm gonna be your first line of defense. And I'm very big on I'm gonna let you experience it. I'm not gonna be I'm gonna listen, you won't make that mistake and I love you there because I was that parent, I'm gonna hold you real close on that. You gonna go out there, you gonna make that mistake, and then when you call me and say, Mom, I messed up, I'm helping you navigate through it. Then we gonna go from there. Don't be scared to make a mistake. That's life. I fail every day, and I get right back up. And I'm 39. Don't stay there, just get back up. And if anybody, listen, Coach will tell you, I have a lot of adopted children, and they just knock on the door. If you need me, or you need somebody to talk to, or something like that, just text me. I'm not the, the Mary Poppins or the strawberry shortcake type of girl. I'm like, listen here, honey, we'll get it together. But I'm always here for y'all if I ever need anything. And Coach got my number.
They are meant to be the lender, not the borrower. So you get a question?
Oh, sure.
When I heard it this morning, I went back on my
What
notes.
would you say right now you are most afraid of?
All I heard was, you got McDonald's money? That's not what y'all don't. No, that was me. Yeah, in the car. McDonald's, you got McDonald's money? What? I mean,
And you're afraid that he's not gonna be there for you?
I'm afraid our connection
So-
will be lost. Like our connection gonna be lost while he's gone. Because my brother, like, you know, he's not a big person to talk to. Like, he's not a big social person.
this shows up in 2 ways. We hold everything because we're afraid it'll disappear, or we spend it the same way we get it because it's gonna go anyway. I got a friend who work and don't spend enough. I mean, he don't spend nothing. Just pay bills.
I was super close to him.
In my head,
I was scared that he was gonna leave.
he also got his credit score up, his credit score like 8 something, and he was so excited, and he spent all this stuff, and I'm like, what's your house? I don't even get no house. What? And this is some things that sometimes it don't make sense to me because I was like, oh, maybe I'm just because I know how much rent it is.
Does he have kids?
No.
Oh,
Attention was divided.
Oh, so
So he just worked 2 jobs,
not to, I don't want to say negative
But
approach.
me,
To try to just switch the.
I don't say no.
Alright.
I got an issue saying something. I don't know if it's money that they trying to around something in there.
But also.
So let me ask you, I'm trying not to teach for too long, Mike. You said that, it just sparked me to, because I listened to this brother named Myron Gold. So Myron Gold is something that he taught. And I took notes.
For me, I say,
Adam
I
and
say
Eve
losing my
put in
mother.
the garden. Right?
That's my biggest fear.
Wasn't
Because
a baker.
I really lost
They
my
wasn't
mother.
getting pieces of pie, right?
Like losing
Talking
my
about
mother
money.
would
They were in the garden. Garden is the only place where consumption.
Sometimes she do make me mad, she do get me there,
I
but
eat
it's
fruit.
still love me.
Fruit has a
That's still my mom at the
a
end
seed.
of
I
the day.
eat the fruit. I plant the seed. I can get more fruit, right? So we create a lot of times.
College.
The mindset of working jobs.
College.
We should think about creating our own
I
garden.
feel like, cause like,
Right? And what
you
I
know,
mean by that is you speak to legacy.
my cousin's in college now. He went from D1 to JUCO to D3, now back D1. I feel like it's just like, if you really like, it's a lot like you gotta really go through like that. You really want it, that you want to do something, you gotta go get it. It's like college just like, it's gonna be a lot, just a lot of like different parts of it that you just gotta gain, lose, and grow from it. So just being in college in general.
Because they have a message that will be now.
Do you understand his journey?
Right?
Oh,
It
well,
doesn't take
a little bit.
the most valuable commodity that we have, which is time.
So, my cousin went to Dumbo. He had a 4-year ride to Morgan. I told him don't go, but he went against my advice. He wanted to go play 707 down Virginia Beach. I told him don't do it. You done with the high school stuff now. You focus on college. He went in there and hurt his ankle. So he had to sit his first year. It took him a while to rehab. So then he realized he didn't have any money. So he wanted to go work. So now it's taken away from your grades. Your grades dropping and you're not on the field. So they got him pushed off. So they took a scholarship. So now his goal is to get to the NFL. How hard are you willing to work now? So now he went to JUCO in California. He went all the way to California. He did his time. He got picked up in West Virginia. After West Virginia, now he's down in North Carolina. So he's working to get back to where he was because of the decisions that he made in the beginning. So that's why he's ping ponging around, because he wants to get back. You understand? He has to work twice as hard to get back to where he originally was.
In formulas, I guess. But our young brothers and sisters need practicality. Like, you talking, if I trade my time for money, and I'm wrapping it up, y'all. If I trade my time for money, right? And with that limited
Ms. Wilson, you have anything you want to add or say to any to nobody? Not even Jordan? Okay. Just wanted to be sure. All right, so we always give scripture. We always give scripture. So we're going to go back to number 1, the family dynamic. All right, there's a big difference between a parent protecting you and a parent trying to control your every move. For your generation, where's the boundary line? Where does guidance start feeling like control? And how can parents communicate rules in a way that makes you feel respected? So I have Proverbs 15, 1 and 2.
So that's Myron
For
Golden.
that.
That's not basketball. That's
Proverbs
Myron
15,
Golden in
1
the
and 2.
basketball taking some really good notes.
Let me go to I don't like the New King James. NLT, Proverbs 15, 1 and 2. A gentle answer deflects anger, but harsh words make temperers flare. The tongue of the wise makes knowledge appealing, but the mouth of a fool belches out foolishness. And Ephesians 6, 1 through 3. Yes, ma'am. We still on 1. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise, so that it may go well with you and that you may enjoy long life on earth. Okay. 6, 1 I was gonna add 4, but 4 goes into another segment, so I had to cross it out too. Number 2, in today's culture, there's often a major breakdown in communication, and we see a lot of youth talking sideways and being dismissive toward adults. If you are claiming to be grown and want to be treated like an adult, what does respect actually look like from your generation's perspective? Both, how do you show it to your elders, and how do you expect to receive it? So, for number 2, we got Colossians 3:21. Colossians 3:21.
We are powerful. The Bible tells us, what did you say about,
Oh, all right. Fathers, do not aggravate your children, or they will become discouraged. Yes, sorry. I lost myself for a second.
and we're created to do the same thing. We might not have the word,
All right, so let's go down to number 3, because I messed up something. But number 3. Number 3 says facing disagreements with authority. Should a young adult argue face to face with an adult who is giving them direction? If you completely disagree with what they are saying, is there a way to handle that disagreement if you want to be treated like a mature adult? So for number 3, I got Luke 15:11-3. Luke 15:11. Sorry, I said 11-3, 11-13. That was backwards. To illustrate the point further, Jesus told him the story. A man had 2 sons. The youngest son told his father, I want my share of your estate now before you die. So his father agreed to divide his wealth between the sons. A few days later, this younger son packed all his belongings and moved to a distant land, and there he wasted all his money in the wild living. All right, number 4, the urgency to leave. A lot of teenagers today feel a ton of pressure at home and feel like the only way to find peace or independence is to get out on their own as fast as possible. What do you think kids our age feel the urgency to leave? Why do you think kids your age feel the urgency so early now? So for number 4, we have Proverbs 11:14. Back to Proverbs. Sorry, 1 second. 11:14. Without wise leadership, a nation falls. There's a safety in having many advisors.
A lot of people don't have the provider to push them or pour into them, like our young people.
All right, and for number 5, this will be the last one we have. Number 5. It's not right. So we can go right. No, that's not. That is right, but that's not. All right. Number 5. Defining real maturity. Somewhere, I bet these wrong somewhere. I don't know where I did, but I did it somewhere. A lot of young people rush to get out at 17 or 18 because they want freedom. But the real world hits differently. From what you've seen out here, what is the biggest reality check the young adults face when they realize being grown isn't as easy as it looks? So, 1 Corinthians 13:11. When I was a child, I spoke and thought and reasoned as a child. But when I grew up, I put my childish things away.
I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired too.
All right. So sorry. We're gonna get the scripts together, and I'm gonna email them out to y'all because I got them all out of order. I feel like they out of order. So we're gonna get it together. But this was a great conversation. To me, I felt like it was a great conversation. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself and was welcomed here. this is a safe place. The Reconnecting Families happens the first Saturday of every month. It's not always focused on the youth, but I think it's important to include y'all because y'all are the future. The next month show is called Forgiveness. So we're gonna talk about forgiveness. But September, October, and August the 1st. October show is about the youth again. It's called That We Hear You. So we're gonna talk about resources that y'all don't have that kids been asking for or looking for and how we could get some of them. So you are more than welcome to come back. Y'all just let me know if y'all wanna come back. Not to lock y'all in. I'm really gonna try to get some people that has access to resources in our communities so they can hear from y'all directly what y'all need and what y'all are looking for. Some of y'all can be going off to college, you know what I mean, doing big things, but your voice is still needed. So if y'all want to come back, y'all are more than welcome to come back. To everyone here, I'm glad that y'all came. Remember the first Saturday every month, so that's September the 5th. We're gonna talk about forgiveness. Forgiveness. How to forgive. It's hard for some people, harder than others. A lot of times we say it, we don't necessarily take those steps. We just say it out of our mouth, we don't take those steps. So we really gonna try to break that down. Okay, so I thank y'all for that. Would anyone like to close this out in prayer? You can close this out. Do you need a mic? I would just ask. I don't want no spoon.
Father God, we come giving you honor and glory, just thanking you for this time, God. For such a time as this, God, you have brought out the youth and the young adults to share the information that we as adults and parents need to hear from them. God, I ask that you continue to cover all the young people, not just the ones here right now, but those that are coming. Those that are still out there in that world of confusion and chaos, God. Cover all of them. Continue to pour into the parents. They learn to hear and understand what their children are saying and what they're going through, God. Continue to give the listening ear to the parents. Father, we thank you, we honor you, and we praise you as we prepare to leave this place, but never your presence. In the mighty name of Jesus, amen.
Thank y'all. It's snacks and stuff in the back. Waters, some donuts, some muffins, 2 sodas. Tyron said if y'all don't drink the sodas, he get to take them home. So if y'all want to be kind,
Whatever else I said, but he stopped and he said, "What you say, Miss Carter?" And I told him again, and he backed up, and he put his hand on his chest and he said, "Miss Carter, nobody has ever said anything to me like that before." I said, "Well, when I saw you walking across this cafeteria, you walked in greatness. So change your mindset. If it's something I can do to help you do whatever you gotta do." And his eyes teared up and he said, "Thank you so much for that, Miss Carter." So when we see some different things, we just gotta say it to the kids and put it in there. I told the kid, "Baby, you might be the mayor to change Baltimore City around. You have that potential. You know, we gotta let them know that we see that potential in them to be great." Mr. Powell, he done been through some stuff, but I like Mr. Powell. But if y'all could have saw what I saw the other day, him walking, I said, this boy got greatness going on with him. So my prayer is that it manifests for him. He walks into it.
Can I say something real quick? Straight up in relation, right? So what she said, you don't really know if you're the sower or the water, right? But what if that child that you're talking to, that person you're talking to, somebody planted the demonic seed, right? And your response is what waters that seed. That was good. Okay? That was so good. I didn't even think about it the other way because the devil comes, it says, when men sleep, he plants the tares.
And you can't rip it up.
Right.
Roll together. So you can see what it
Right?
is.
That was good. That was good.
Bless the Lord.
You always get close to Sarah.
She does this all the time.
I love her. No, I love her.
All right, so I got 1, 2, 3 scriptures.
2 Timothy 1:7. For God has not given the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. 2 Kings 6:16-17. And Elijah prayed, open his eyes, Lord, so that he may see. Then the Lord opened the servant's eyes.
Who was that on the second one?
Kings 6:16-17. Sorry, it's 4. 2 Corinthians 9:8. Amplified version. And God is able to make all grace come to you in abundance, so that you may always be self-sufficient and furnished in abundance for every good work. Last one, Psalms 37:25. I have been young and now I'm old, yet I have not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his descendants begging bread. Okay, so we all got a level of faith, okay? Like, next time we're gonna open doors and let some of the people in, so they can sit with you. That's on you. Alright. So, let's talk about the phrase, we can't afford that. How can we position, so let's talk about the phrase, we can't afford that, versus how can we position ourselves to afford that? That's 20 minutes. So, Joshua said he graduated, he want a car, we can't afford that. Or, now how can we position ourselves to afford that?
Change some things. If you want to afford it, make some changes. Do some good, some hustle.
So he says when he graduates, he wants a car. How old are you now?
I'm not saying that he said that, I'm saying.
I'm just saying. So do you want a car at graduation?
It don't matter.
Yes. Oh, baby. I wish I had told my daddy that. But anyway, he didn't tell you. So you change. So you start saving for the car. And teach your child how to save for the car.
Which means you actually shop around now to see what the cost is. And this is where the algebra comes in. Math teachers, you shop around now to see what the car costs. That way you know how much you got to save, or how much you have to put in the bank. You put it somewhere where there's an interest rate that gives you that amount of money.
Now, to push back, unless you go create a formula for that, you don't really need algebra. But you do need math, right? So the piece, in my estimation, is mindset, right? You use the language, I can't, right? You think you can, or you think you can't, you're right. Okay, that's 100%. So if you shift your language, to shift your language, you gotta shift the way you're thinking about it. It's like, all right, anything that I really want, I can have, but what is the cost beside the money? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the cost beside the money? Because if I'm 17, 18, I might not work because the cost for me to get up and spend all my time somewhere I don't want to be don't sound appealing to me. So I'm not gonna make that sacrifice to get to the money. You see what I'm saying? So now, if I shifted my mindset and said, okay, I'm gonna lean into my discomfort, being in this place I don't wanna be, because that's the opportunity cost for me to earn the bread to get to the whip, right? So we just have to shift that mindset in order to be able to access anything you really trying to access.
Totally.
Hold on one second. When you said that, back in the day, we always wanted video games. We couldn't afford, we got a job to get the video games. Now we can't play the video games because we at work all day.
Jesus told people who were walking up to him, oh, I want to follow you, I want to be with you, I want to be an apostle, I want to do this. And his response back to them was, count the cost. Or have you counted the cost for what you're asking to be with me? And I'm saying that to say that we don't count the cost of it a lot of times, meaning what you said, Mr. Baskerville, what kind of work am I gonna have to put into this? Is it really what I want, and different things? And that's what we're not infusing in our students. You can't just, or our kids personally. You can't just say, I want this. Mr. Baskerville again, what is it gonna cost for me to get there? And this is going somewhere with you. If you wanna get the young man a car, I always say, go to a car auction. Get a nice car. If you know a mechanic, take them with you. Get it, that, cause every 30 days, that bill, along with your insurance every 30 days, with your mortgage, everything is every 30 days. I remember when I was paying all my stuff, I used to tell my kids, we would high five each other. Another 30 days, 30 more days, because that's what we're operating on, every 30 days. But if you would put him on your insurance now, it's gonna cost you a little bit more, but when he gets his car, he'll already be established at having his insurance. So when he gets his policy, they're gonna look at him like, oh, he's an insured driver, so we don't have to give him this astronomical, he doesn't have to go into Maine.
Right.
He doesn't have to, he can go to a reputable insurance company, and it'll be far less than half. You make the sacrifice on the front end, or you make it on the back, so count the costs.
Coach, I also want to add that I think as a parent, it's important to require the young person to contribute to whatever it is. Like, unless you got it like that. If you got it like that, and you can just bless them and write the check for the car and all of that, that's good. But if that's not the case, and let's say you are going to buy something that doesn't have a note every month or whatever, then I just truly believe that in order for the young person to appreciate the value of what they have to have had an opportunity cost. It can't just be, oh, you graduated, great. Yeah, well, you were supposed to graduate.
Right.
Like, you were supposed to do that. Like, I don't really understand. Like, that is a great milestone. I'm proud of you, but you were supposed to do that, right? So if I'm gonna support it by giving you some level of concession toward what you want, a car, then we gonna come together for this. Because if it's just my sacrifice, you're gonna treat that car way different. But if you had to get up in the morning and go to work somewhere that you didn't want to be, and come home late hungry and all of this other stuff, so that you could come up with that bread, when you put that money out and you get in that car, you're gonna drive a little slower. You're gonna think twice about who you might. No, you can't drive my car. But if Papa buy it, my mindset may be a little bit different about how I value it. So I definitely encourage, if you're gonna bless them, have them participate. Have them participate. It's still a blessing. If the car is $4,000 and I give you $2,500 and you only had to come up with 15, you still got blessed.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You still got blessed, but that 15 gonna have you locked in. It's gonna have you locked in. So that's key.
Alright, so, now y'all, look, right? I'm talking about, let's say you do have, let's say you're like a kid that when they graduate, they want a car, but you don't have the money for it, right? Let's talk about that part, okay? When the Bible tells you, it says, you with no money coming by, right? And you know that in your head, there is no way I could actually be able to afford getting in the car, right? And we talk about having faith. Why not start now thanking God for that car? Thanking God. Because when I graduate, I know you're going to give me that car. And then moving in faith, just start going around to the car lot. You don't know what kind of car you want.
That's right.
Right? But it's just It's that, like, the sacrifice of thanksgiving, right? Because you know God, it says in the Bible, if your earthly father who is wicked knows how to give you good things, what more is your heavenly father to do for you, right? We serve a very big God.
Yes, we do.
Do we not?
Yes,
He
we
made
do.
every card.
Everything.
If he, all he had to do was speak it, right? All he had to do was say that. And God's like, oh, I got you, don't worry about it. Just start thanking him. And you too, like, okay, thank you, God, because I know he about to get a car. I know he's gonna get a car, I know you're gonna get them a car too, because that's what God does, he's good for you, right? He's good to you. So that's what I was gonna say, because I don't have the means to get a car. And I know that we want a car. And I just be thinking, thank you, God, because I know in a month I'm gonna get that car.
That's right.
I know I'm grateful for the bus right now, but the car is gonna be even better.
Amen.
Just put that seed in there, that thank you seed, you know? That's what they did in the Bible. Anytime they gave their sacrifice of thanksgiving, God responded.
Yes, he did.
And he's still doing it.
Yeah.
He'll never stop.
That was great.
He'll never stop.
So, anybody got anything to add about any of our topics today? Any of the kids want to chime in? What about that dog? No? All right. So I thank everyone, just for your time today. I mean, like, when I first thought about this and it was on me, it took a minute to get a real format to really put it together. But the first 3 episodes was great. And it was good. It was good outlooks, opinions, dialogue, good people. And each show had different people, so that was great as well. So I thank y'all for your time, for your conversation. I thank the Lord for what we've done here today.